Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man and the Antz. We are back in the wonderful, beautiful world of Lone Echo 2. Last time we went up to the generator just up there, gave that a bit of a heave-ho, got it kick-started. We have a couple of missions now. We need to go to the research facility to grab some biomass, and we also need to go to the remnants of the Estrella, which I'm guessing is over there by the look of it. Unless it's that, but that seems quite far away, doesn't it? So I guess we'll be going there first. To get a fuel cell, so that we can recreate the FTL jump, which sent me back in time. That's the plan. That's the plan. So the research facility is where the biomass is, which is why I'm pointing over there without you guys possibly remembering that little factoid. So we're just going to zoom along this deactivated... this deactivated trap. Just thump, headbutt straight away. Excellent. Sort of just in the middle of nowhere, really. Like, it'd be so easy just to, I mean, maybe not in game, but in real life, just go that little bit too far, that little bit too fast, not pay quite enough attention, and end up just thump off into space. Nothing you can do. Look at those remnants. That is beautiful. The way that the light goes through that wreckage is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I think it was that little pod that was making that noise. That confused me for a second. So what do we... Hello? I've just lost everything. Oh, it's loading. Oh, it's a loading screen. Okay. Oh, there's a very quick one as well. Wasn't expecting that. The actual... I don't know if I've mentioned this before. The actual game's loading time. When you first load the game up and you go to my menu and you hit continue, the loading time is astronomical.
This is where the outbreak originated.
We're sure there's some contained biomass on hand for Jack to retrieve.
Logs indicate 1 or 2 containers should still be in storage. However, reaching them may be difficult due to the entire facility being under lockdown.
Of course.
The tram entrance will undoubtedly be your only way in.
Oh.
Acknowledged.
Back to the tram line. Thought I was going to have to find a sneaky way. Yeah, the load times are astronomical. I don't know exactly how long it is, but it feels like it's about 5 or 6 minutes. It can't be that long. That would be ridiculous. But bearing in mind you're just stood in a headset waiting for something to happen, it feels like an absolute eternity. I don't know if that's something to do with ReVive, or whether that's just how long the game takes to load. But yes, anyway.
The facility appears to be in fairly poor condition, but there is at least some power.
Slightly worse now.
Due to the generator being restored.
Unfortunately, I'm still unable to access any systems further into the facility. Power flow stops at the entry terminal. It appears that the systems are outright disconnected, including the physical entry bridge. Jack, you'll need to reconnect those systems to gain entry to the facility.
Oh.
Copy that.
We can do that. That sounds easy peasy. Thank you, door. Something to mention there?
There's a room.
There's a room.
In this cave. Could it be part of the biomass containment area?
Negative. The room you're seeing is part of the facility's integrity monitoring system, responsible for tracking any changes in the asteroid structure during excavation. For safety reasons, biomass containment is located much deeper in the facility.
Not that safe though, was it? Hey? Hey?
This device looks vaguely similar to the cranes we saw in the transit hub.
Good eye, Jack. That's because it's an early version of the stasis field technology used by those cranes, as well as our cargo drones and many other systems. As you can imagine, the ability to manipulate objects without direct contact has significant advantages.
That's the engine.
The biomass.
This one I don't recognize.
This appears to be some sort of focusing device. I haven't seen anything like it elsewhere on Chiron Station.
It's actually a prototype of the technology our containment units use to keep Dix pacified.
As in technology that shorted out while Jack and I were trapped in the engineering bay.
Yes, though that was due to the power cycling abnormally. I assure you, it's usually quite stable.
Usually quite stable.
A scale model of the FTL drive on Dr. Harlan's
What's the
ship.
FTL? Oh, of course it's the FTL drive, yes.
Developed here.
Not exactly. While the few FTL drives still in service were refitted here, the original design was actually reverse engineered from the FTL drives left behind aboard the Estrella. That was done by your former employer, in fact.
Huh.
Atlas built them.
Indeed. Before the company dissolved, of course.
So Atlas reverse engineered their own technology from the future.
Technically, yes.
Ah,
Time loop.
perfectly normal and not at all confusing.
Somewhat odd to leave this case empty.
It's fairly straightforward.
Oh, of course it is, you miserable Harlan. But you don't... So what was... So you just built a display case or something in case you needed it? That is the weirdest
Seems
thing.
Someone was emphatic about maintaining the lockdown.
That console would have controlled the bridge leading into the main facility.
Boop, boop, boop,
I
boop, boop, boop,
assume.
boop.
I'm not seeing any backup controls in the blueprints, unfortunately. It's possible the cave contains systems not listed in the schematics.
Hello.
Be worth a quick investigation.
You mean like this thing down here? Which looks like it should be talkable, but it doesn't seem to be, so we'll just do the
Bridge
bridge.
is currently disconnected as part of the lockdown
Oh,
procedure.
there it is. Oh, there it is.
The doors won't open until both sides of the bridge are fully extended.
Did they get everyone out?
According to these logs,
No. Not everyone got out.
I believe this
Always
is
quick on the negative, isn't he, old Harlan?
it should restore power to the immediate area, as well as the rest of the research facility. Just keep in mind that you'll also be awakening any dormant biomass within.
Okay. Into excavation A we go. I see you, little rock. I see you. You're mine. Yes, I told you. Oh, I was not expecting it just to blah, 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 blah. I was not expecting it to just disintegrate like that. Let's have a quick scan around, see if there's anything else of note. Like this control panel over here. Huh. What is this? Locked is what this is. I guess we do the power first. And then we come back to that.
Re-establishing main generator connection. Be advised, Class 3 power fields will become active.
Okie dokie.
Dormancy will be nullified.
What does that mean?
Hey, Jack. I know you've got this as always, but by restoring power, we're undoing something that was put in place as a die-hard safety rule.
Huh.
We are certain this is the only place we're going to find a contained biomass.
Assuming these fragmented station logs are correct? Yes.
Well, that's reassuring.
Do like a nice mechanical piece of engineering.
Finalizing connection.
Connection established. Now receiving power readings throughout the facility.
Excellent.
Once you have the bridge fully extended, you should be able to access the facility proper. Though I suspect some areas may have additional security requirements.
Nora, the research director, would have done everything she could to contain the outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no containing it.
We are going to undo all her work.
This was an eventuality.
It's fortunate that your disagreement over priorities led you to be elsewhere when the outbreak occurred.
It's only fortunate if I'm right.
Dr. Harlan, if these power readings are accurate, our suspicions appear confirmed.
What's that now? What suspicions?
Educated guess, rather.
Which is different. How?
The ticks aren't the only form of biomass that have been evolving since your time.
Oh,
Raise.
okay.
What's this one do? Open doors?
Quite the opposite, in fact.
Closes
Best to
doors.
see for yourself.
No, it's not. It is best to prepare me before I run into the hideous power-sucking nightmare that destroys all life in the solar system.
Copy that, Jack.
What is wrong with Harlan? Huh. Save point, I like that. Okay, biomass everywhere. So we're going to be a bit more cautious now.
Here.
Dead person.
The rest of the facility will likely be much worse.
Will the fabricator still be operational?
Yes, at least enough that Jack should be able to reboot without issue.
In the security control room, I found a casualty.
It's actually grown all over them, look.
Adler Reyes.
He must have been trying to keep the scanners running to prevent the biomass from leaving the facility.
How did that go?
But if someone found the scan,
They would have had to remain behind. Unfortunately, even the scanning room itself became contaminated.
you think that's how it spread to the rest of the station?
Most likely. With background contamination, the system would have had a difficult time producing accurate results. Inevitably, it failed.
And billions of people died. Happy days.
You are now
Yes.
entering the facility's lobby. Biomass containment is located through the leftmost door.
Through the leftmost door. Through that door. That is not a door I am keen to go. Oh, hello. That's what it is
This
then.
must be the evolved biomass form Dr. Harlan mentioned. It detects my presence, much like the other specimens encountered thus far.
We classify it as a reticulated B biomass organism, but most people just call them webs.
Aside from their namesake membrane, webs can also be recognized by an additional nodule. It should be quite distinct.
I see it.
I take it you mean this abnormally bioluminescent growth.
Our best estimate is that it's some type of sensor for the web.
Get too close to the sensor, and the web expands.
Precisely. In any case, you'll need to bypass that web to reach the containment area.
Then I will search the rest of the facility for anything useful.
How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that?
Systems here are clearly suffering from extreme damage. The lobby's directory is effectively useless.
Good thing we've got someone who knows their way around.
Always happy to be of assistance, Captain.
I was actually talking about Dr. Harlan. Thanks.
I mean, this is actually the source of the entire breakout. I know it came from the Estrella originally, but this is where they
A further casualty of the biomass. In the lobby.
Dr. Brianna Lemming.
Oh,
She was one of our pathologists.
don't know why I can report that.
There's some kind of added security here.
Dr. Everett Harlan reporting. Authorized laboratory access.
Voice-activated authorization. That's a smart security feature.
Thank you. And you're welcome.
It's quite a basic security feature, really, at the end of the day. Whoop! So there's no power here.
This switch
Oh! How do I get back?
controls power
Oh!
in this hallway.
An emergency disconnect.
I didn't like that at all.
Utilized as a means to curtail the outbreak.
They really did all they could to try and get the infestation under control.
They could have blown everything up.
It was out there.
I suppose that would have just
Stop it.
exacerbated the problem, really, wouldn't it?
Buy time for everyone else on the station.
There's a few gizmos in there. But obviously, we will head left first, if left is an option. Left is not an option. Okay. Into test lab A we go. So I guess this is how we are going to,
What are they doing here?
The director was
Oh no, that's actually contained specimens.
was impractical. So she poured everything into containment technology.
Ooh.
Did she have any luck?
When she left, she had everyone working on miniaturizing the insulation cloaking from our containment unit. I'm not sure how far they got.
Not far enough would be my answer.
Biological specimens.
The director was always in here. Dissecting, testing. She was tireless.
She must have had a cast iron stomach.
One of the toughest people I have ever known.
This transparent aluminum is reinforced.
Unfortunately, that's still not enough to withstand concerted biomass growth.
So that's how we obviously get rid of the webs. Shoot them with a laser and then go really, really
I
fast.
assume these microscopes were used to observe the
I was
biomass.
going to use a different phrase, and I chose not to.
Development of the biomass containment technology required research at the macro, micro, and even nanoscopic scales.
What is that?
With these microscopes, the researchers would have been able to observe the effect of their containment technology in real time. With a more manageable sample size, of course.
It must have been a heavy responsibility to work so closely with live biomass samples.
It was not without its risks.
So,
No, obviously not.
more or less risky than intentionally infecting your own TL drive?
For very less precarious solutions, Captain. More yes.
These controls are running some sort of automated procedure.
The system is no longer reachable over the network. Cut off by the biomass, no doubt. It must be an old test, abandoned during the outbreak and resumed now that we've restored power.
That would seem likely. Oh, okay, so here's the outbreak.
The glass is broken. I'm afraid your former workplace has seen better days, Doctor.
External spread was what breached the chamber.
Seems to me the entire facility became one giant test chamber.
And that too was breached.
Is this a control interface?
Jack, come on, mate.
Arm in the adjoining chamber. Use the holographic controls to adjust each part of the articulation.
So I need to aim this over there, don't I? Well, we're close. I like this, actually. I really like that. Ah. Okay. Increase the time to 15 seconds. And go.
Biomass at the exit neutralized.
Remarkable. She was
Oh my word.
If I'd known the cloakometers would be so effective at negating the web sensors.
Sounds like your research director was on the right track.
Oh, Jesus.
She never gave up.
Didn't like that
Hardly
much.
ever pull her away from her work.
Dr. Harlan, if I may interject, the local data I'm seeing implies that the director's efforts to develop cloak emitters proceeded beyond prototyping. Portable versions
Of course they did.
in some of the X3 medtech shells. Several of these shells appear to have been left behind in the medical wing.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I think she is.
It's possible to fit Jack with a similar device.
Yep.
A portable cloak emitter.
What is involved?
I'll need you to retrieve the data from one of the medtech shells here. With that, I should be able to reconstruct the portable cloak emitter's design.
Copy that. I'll see what I can find.
Jack, this is the primary examination room, where prototype cures were administered to volunteers. Dr. Harlan, you'll be pleased to know that your old workplace remains unaffected by the outbreak.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled.
That's good to hear, Juno. Thanks.
Okay. Let's read this sucker. That's the wrong tool. Let's try and cut this sucker open.
Let's see. Moderate store of data, but much of it could prove useful in developing a cure. Good find, Jack.
Thank you, Juno.
These medical beds were used for diagnostic scans?
And to monitor potential treatments. Many of my peers focused on post-diagnosis options.
What sort of options?
Pain management, transmission reduction,
So how... Oh.
though most patients with terminal diagnosis volunteered for cure recently.
Wait. There are diagnoses that aren't terminal.
If the infection is limited to the extremities and has not yet penetrated the epidermis, amputation has a roughly 40% success rate.
In emergencies, the integrated cutter, equipped by several models of the X3 shell, including Jack's, can...
Nope. That's enough. Forget I asked.
I'll cut you, Liv.
I'm entering the medical.
I'll cut you good.
Doctor, perhaps you should step away for a moment. I'm sure there's still plenty of output data to parse before we're ready to initiate the experiment.
She's here, isn't she? Juno.
More than likely. Yes.
Who? The research director.
I can handle it, Juno.
Are you certain?
I'm not looking away.
Big old webs. Oh, okay, there's a keypad up there. We're going to need to deal with it. Oh, we'll get the old talkie going.
A keypad for the duct. It may provide a means to circumvent some of this biomass, if I can find the code.
I'm sure we will, Jack. Is this not one of the medical droids we need? That one is very cool. This whole thing is awesome. The way that this person's infected, that spread over to this dude, the medical droid's trying to escape. Oh, that is brilliant.
We have another casualty.
It appears he was trying to assist right up until the end.
You appear to be stuck there, okay? We go.
I found another casualty.
Dr. Jordan Decci. She specialized in pain management therapy for the infected.
Does that mean I can get this person up as well? No, that person is bizarrely not talkable about all. But this little dude here does have one of those cloaking emitters.
This device indeed appears to be a portable cloak emitter. Juno, I believe your conjecture was correct.
Naturally.
Bit close to that.
Data port. I believe I can create a similar device for you. Cloak emitter module identified. Unfortunately, the data contained in this shell is only partial.
Of course.
Jack, to complete the reconstruction, I'll need you to scan additional units.
Understood.
I can't scan through
I
walls.
found another casualty of the biomass. This researcher seems to have been helping the other one.
Dr. Adriana Lay.
She was too young for this.
What about the one on the table? Can we report that one?
Who was this person?
Dr. Franklin Teller. A fellow geneticist.
So why can't I report this one?
I knew all of them.
Of course he did. That was a very, very careless thing to say, Liv. Did you know these dead people? I am wondering if we should be checking drawers for other data pads now. I don't have... Because surely... No, definitely doesn't want me to. Okay. Whatever, game. Whatever. So we can't... Oh, we need to scan that port, don't we? That's what we need to do. We're going to very carefully inch our way along here.
Oh, God.
A researcher, like one of our anesthesiologists.
Hey, buddy.
It's an impossible task. Alleviating the pain of an infection, especially in later stages.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It's not looking good for either of you, I'm afraid. I don't think you're going to make it.
I've recovered her research. It also seems she received a message from Dr. McKenna with all of his access codes attached.
Of course.
Would you like me to play it?
Affirmative.
Beginning playback.
Hey, Adriana. I know I can count on you to look out for everyone. So I'm sending you my access codes.
Bye.
My stuff and a few engineering areas.
Probably shouldn't touch the infected people, should I?
Playing cards, whatever else. If any of it helps even a little bit, please take it. Share it. I figure it might make things a little more comfortable for you all. Shit, I gotta go.
Language.
I have no idea how to end this. Good luck. No. Goodbye.
End of message.
Could one of Dr. McKenna's codes work on that keypad Jack saw?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
believe so, yes. Jack, I'll add the code to your ARM computer.
You could just tell me. You could just tell me. Obtain biomass, I'm guessing. 2525. 2525.
Access to the utility ducts granted.
They are ramadammed with biomass. Which I guess isn't overly surprising. I guess we're going this way.
Moving through the vents now.
Tell me something, Doctor. How long does it take
What?
for the infection to run its course?
Once it becomes fully active, usually somewhere between 3 to 5 days. But
Oh.
most victims opt to expedite their end.
Well, how long has he been infected for? Because I sort of got the impression that he's been going for
So, how does
years.
the infection work? Once it becomes active, I mean,
The biomass drains energy directly from your cells. Your body is in the throes of widespread cellular decay. Major organ failure follows 12 to 18 hours later. But at least by then you're not in as much pain. Since
Well, that's
the
good.
infection has likely started feeding on the electrical signals traveling through your nervous system.
Less good.
By day 4, you've...
alright, I get the picture.
Liv, that's not going to happen to you.
It might.
Whatever it takes, we'll find a solution.
I know, Jack.
Excellent. That shell contained more data regarding the portable emitters. We'll need a good bit more to reconstruct the design, though.
Sneaky Jack. Sneaky Jack. Sneaking around wherever Jack sneaks. Sneaky Jack. Sneaky Jack. Bumpy view, probably horrible for viewers. Oh, hello, buddy.
Scan complete. We still need more data. Interesting. Doctor, this shell has a log conversation regarding the director and your research.
Go ahead, Juno.
What are you doing down there, buddy?
Alright, Unit 5, back to the lab. The director wants to run those simulations again. I'm not sure. Dr. Harlan's idea
Oh, dear.
intriguing, to say the least, but, well, I suppose the director knows best. Go ahead and prep the simulations. I'll join you shortly.
Acknowledge, Dr.
Where is that?
So the director eventually explored your theories after all?
I didn't expect she would continue it after I left. But without the biomass-based genetic material, it would have been as much of a dead end as containment. I just couldn't convince her.
Wait. Oh, this is a different room. This is the other side of the... Right, for a second there, I was like, there was a body here before, that body's gone. That's terrifying, I don't like it. But we're okay, we're just on the other side of the medical facility. Okay. Gonna creep along there. Obviously, well there's the, Oh, where do we... What do we go and scan here? You? What are you? Don't know. Okay. I feel like I must have missed something.
In this patient chamber, I found another casualty.
Based on the logs, Dr. Chandra Miles.
She was one of the few who subscribed to my theories on the cure. I always appreciated her insight.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Is that a gap under the floor? No, there is a window there. What?
My reconstruction of the personal cloak emitter is nearly complete. One more scan should be sufficient.
So we need to use this to get into there. Okay. That looks perfect. And this one has no timer, which suits me fine.
Data collection complete. Finalizing tool reconstruction. Reconstruction complete. Please visit a fabricator to install your new cloak emitter.
It just so happens there is one right here. What are the chances? What are the, there we go. What are the chances? Okay.
Cloak emitter installation successful.
Ooh.
This portable version is practically identical to the mounted prototypes you've been using thus far.
Is it? Is this the wrong tool? Like, what's going on here? It's got to be that one. Juno, how does it work? What is this absolute madness?
Excellent. A tool like this will make it much easier to get around.
Just keep in mind
How long?
its effective range had to be reduced to achieve portability. If you move too far away from your target, the tool will deactivate.
Oh. Noted.
Oh, I see. So once you've locked it on something, it just constantly works until you move away from it. And that distance is more than you would think. So I'm guessing this is Dr. Harlan's boat, and we weren't able to talk about it before for reasons. But, well, she's got a data port.
This data includes a message from the research director, addressed to you, Dr. Harlan.
Play it, Juno.
Perhaps I could store it for a later time once we...
Juno.
Of course, Doctor.
Play it, Juno.
Playback.
Everett? I don't know if you'll ever find this,
Oh, hello, Mantle.
but I wanted to get it out before... Well, before things get any worse. If you do manage to find this, well, then you know what's happened. I suppose the good news is we got the emitter deck to work. Which, if I'm not mistaken, means you owe me dinner. Robert, listen to me. I know you. I know you're going to try to put all this on yourself somehow.
It's
Made
gonna make
yourself
him very
believe there was
cranky.
something you'd have done had you been here, but it's not true. You understand? Don't go trying to carry that. We all knew developing a cure was virtually impossible. No one here was waiting to be saved. You're leading. You're already doing everything you could do to try and stop this. I miss you, Everett. Be safe. I love you. Goodbye.
Sad.
I'm so sorry, Harlan.
I too am sorry. It's clear you meant a great deal to one another.
She was a good person. She deserved a better resting place than this.
So I'm sure you'll be noticing what we're doing here, but you can target any of the biomass cells. Doesn't just have to be the receptors for the webbing, which is, I guess, interesting and might come up with some sort of purpose at a later point. Oh, we went right round in a circle. Look at that. So I wonder if you could have gone that way before then.
I'm back in the
Interesting.
Proceeding to biomass containment.
I think, actually, rather than proceed into biomass containment, which we could do by hitting that little thing now, I think we're going to stop that there. It must have been at least half hour. It feels like it's been at least half hour. It must have been. I can't quite see my timer from where I am, but I'm going to assume it has been. Feels like a good chunk. We've got a new weapon, or a new tool, I should say, not a weapon. A new tool to utilise against the biomass. So that's quite cool. I'm liking that. If we had like 100 of these, we'd be invincible. Maybe that's the end goal. Maybe we just like coat our body in these cloak emitters, and wherever we go we just like wipe out pause all the biomass, so we are entirely immune from it. That sounds good to me. Awesome. Well, hope you're still enjoying this. If you are, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notify button, all those good things. Don't forget I stream on Wednesdays at 7:15 PM UK time, and it'd be wonderful to see you there to say hello. Otherwise, I will see you next time in Lone Echo 2, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.